Hello and welcome to a special edition of Hangin, a podcast. Because it's a special edition because we renamed the show because that's you can see. Today's show is for the first time in years. The first time in years. I want to talk about wrestling. Yeah, I want to say good things about wrestling. And because I want to talk about wrestling, I'm gonna force my co-host, Dr. Detroit, to also talk about wrestling, and our other, oh my god, what do we used to call Vaughn? It's been so long.
I think we used to call him Vaughn.
Yeah, true. We did do that. Vaughn is also going to talk about wrestling, but you won't hear him say words. All In was this Saturday. There was a whole host of shows this weekend because Supercard of Honor for Ring of Honor was Friday. I saw a little bit of that. Michael Oku is the sickest man in the world. All In was Saturday. Saturday Night Main Event was also Saturday. I have no words to say about that show, so we won't be talking. And also Saturday was Great American Bash. I only saw one match from Great American Bash because I went back to watch it later, and that was Vaughn, can you tell me the name of the Japanese guy who just challenged for the NXT title, because I don't want to say his name wrong and be accused of doing a racism. But he challenged Obafemi, and it was a pretty good match. Unfortunately, WWE is the worst company in the world, so the match ended the way it did.
How did it end?
Yes. Yoshiki Inamura. He's pretty good. I like him. I like his hair, too. I wish I had the kind of confidence to pull off a hairstyle like that. Half of the hair shaved, the other half kind of crazy. That's it. It's really cool. I like it. But and then Sunday was Evolution. I'm gonna actually talk about the build for Evolution real quick. Did you know anything that was gonna happen in that card, Detroit?
I didn't watch Evolution. I really don't watch a whole lot of WWE besides main pay-per-views, and honestly, I was too tired for most shows this weekend, so I didn't get to see any of it. I've heard it's really, really good, though.
It was... I watched a good chunk of it, but mostly to watch the two Naomi matches. I say two Naomi. The one Naomi match, and I watched the main event, which ended with, spoilers, a Naomi cash-in. It's really impressive that they've managed to make Naomi still seem really strong, even though she's lost to Jade Cargill twice. I cannot think of anyone else that she's wrestled, but apparently one of the matches for SummerSlam is going to be Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky, which that sounds really fucking sick.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to whip.
Yes, absolutely. Before we started recording, we were talking before, and it was basically like Naomi is just really, really good. She's always been just really, really good, but like right now, her current character, this insane lady that she is right now, it just works. She just does it. It's just good. It's crazy. It's crazy. Naomi always felt like if you're not fully paying attention, you're not just really tapped in, she's just the black chick with the giant ass who can shake it really, really well. Which, she can. Jesus Christ. But in the ring, she's a great wrestler. On the mic, she's really good at talking. And it took them until her going to TNA and coming back until they start letting her fucking talk. And now it's like, oh yeah, she's just the best at it in the women's division. Because everyone else is either a catchphrase or Japanese. And also just a catchphrase. I hate the WWE. Man, I don't want to talk about it anymore. If
Let
Naomi doesn't win, I riot.
Let me. Something I just thought of when you were saying that. Can you think of any other point where a women's wrestler would be able to up and leave the WWE, go somewhere else, and then work their way back the way that she did, the way that Cody Rhodes did, the same way that Drew McIntyre did? Can you see a time before now where not even just a woman, but a talent like Naomi, where they don't see her at that level, where she goes out and she's like, you know what, I know my own value. I'm going to go prove it and come back the way that these other guys did. That's something that you wouldn't have seen before now, you know?
No, you wouldn't. She basically went and was like, I'm going to make you beg me to come back. And they did. Yep.
And the thing of that is, even on our side of the things, when the wrestlers of any kind know their worth and they're able to push their way around into showing that worth, we get better matches for it. So no matter which way you're looking at it from, it's a net positive all around.
All around. It's good when the workers have power.
Okay, easy.
Oh, okay, yeah, true. My bad. I don't want to get disappeared by the secret police, okay? I'm just saying. It's good. It's good when the workers have power, all right? The WWE should have a union. AEW should have there should just be in general wrestler union. I know that everything in wrestling is done in a way to discourage that. I think they should wisen the fuck up and realize by fighting for everybody gets better, and not, well, I'm fighting for myself. American individualism is going to destroy this country. I'm gonna fucking get sidetracked here a little bit. Individualism is genuinely gonna destroy the country. Everyone always looking out for themselves. Everyone always saying, fuck you, I got mine, I don't care about you. It's like, genuinely, how you are a stupid fucking idiot for not seeing that that's just not good for everybody. You should care about everybody. Everyone being like, well, I don't want kids to have free lunches because that's coming out of my tax dollars. And it's like, I'd rather my tax dollars go to that than bombs to fucking Israel. All right? Ooh, that was a little much.
So what you're saying is that you should be less of a Death Rider and more of a Hangman, right?
No. When you think about it, the Death Riders were basically they were a union. Well, they had a solid goal to change AEW, and they kind of did. They kind of did do it. They were successful at it. AEW is different now. It's not for the better before, but now it's like, holy shit! It's like the end of a movie, and like all the main characters are like, holy shit, we fucking did it. We fucking did it. We won. Jesus Christ. That fucking smirk from Swerve at the end of the match.
It was a little too put on, and it made it just like that much worse.
Way too put on. It's like, brother, you can't do that. You look like a fucking... This looks like a Disney Channel movie about wrestling. Stop it.
I was really in the moment, and it's not like that took me out of it, but when I saw that, I could almost see for a second the credits just over his face.
Yeah.
Like, executive producer.
Yeah. Fucking some 80s fucking music starts hitting and the credits are rolling, and it's like... Oh,
it's like the very definition of "you are right, white boy."
yes, absolutely. That was an insane moment, man. It's like you cannot have the heartwarming fucking guy who used to hate the main character smirking at the main character winning. He won by hanging the other guy with a chain, brother. We gotta be a little more serious in this. Fucking shouts out to AEW. Shouts out to wrestling. Genuinely, here's the thing. Wrestling is one of the forms of like media to where the main character can hang the villain with a chain, and at the end of it, everyone agrees he's the best guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
He's such a good guy.
Oh,
yeah.
A year ago, he was just burning down people's houses.
A year ago, he burned down another guy's house, another guy's childhood home. He went and bought when he became champion. He burned it down. And it's like, looking back at it, it was like, why did you do it? Lamau, I thought it would be funny, and it was. It was like, okay, all right, sick, man. That's the real reason was I wanted to really piss him off. I wanted him to really give me his all. And it was like, you burned down his childhood house, man. I feel like you could have done anything. Call him a slur or something. I don't know. I don't think he had to burn his house down. I don't condone wrestlers using slurs against other wrestlers. I fucking said that, and I thought, I don't condone that. It's not good.
Okay, let me put it this way. It's better that he burnt the house rather than the yard.
Holy fucking shit. Yeah. Yeah. Hangman and Adam Page didn't decide I'm going to go all in on my Texas cosplay, and I'm getting racist.
Fucking,
hey, shout out to... I know I talked a lot about WWE women's. The best part of WWE has been the women for a good chunk of time now. Okay, Trish Stratus wrestled Tiffany Stratton at Evolution. Not sure what Trish Stratus is doing here. Shouts out to Trish Stratus for still being able to do it at almost 50 years old. That's real neat. She's still hot as hell. I'll let her grab my balls.
Oh, we're gonna have to cut that out.
Do we? We probably do.
Yeah, we do have to cut your balls.
I probably can't say Trish Stratus can grab my balls anyway.
You're not Sammy Guevara, dude.
True. You're right. But it was neat. Tiffany Stratton, I didn't like the move to make her champion. I didn't like it. She just seemed like a very boring blonde white chick. She goes sicko mode during matches. Like, she's actually kind of a fucking lunatic when she wrestles. And it's like, I fuck with that. I fuck with that hard.
See, okay.
She did some... Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
No, I was going to say, she did End of Heartache to Trish Stratus. And it's like, man, doing that to a 50-year-old woman is mean. I like that.
So my thing about Tiffany Stratton, and like I said, I only watch like once a month for WWE. Anytime I see her, everyone's always like, man, she has some great matches. She has some great matches. It feels like everyone's trying to hype her up more than she's actually worth just because she's blonde. And like, she looks like a yesteryear star, like a Kelly, but she can do moves with a Z. That's what I get.
Moves with a Z, that's true. I think you're thinking of... Hey, Vaughn, who's the NXT wrestler, the blonde one who kind of really sucked, but does a whole bunch of, like, moves and stuff? You're thinking more of her. I think Tiffany Stratton is definitely... no. Her name starts with an N. It's like... She has a really fat ass, which I know doesn't narrow it down when I'm talking about an NXT woman. No, but she has a really fat ass.
I don't watch.
Yeah, Nikita Lyons.
I don't know who that is.
She sucks. She's not good. To be fair, she's in NXT. It is developmental for a reason. I don't know if she'll ever have it. Well, unfortunately.
I mean, if we're going this way, then let's just go ahead and say that, obviously whenever we say, well, this person is, like I would say Tiffany Stratton kind of sucks, in my opinion. They're in the WWE. They're in the WWE. They have a certain level of talent. Nobody's going to take that away from them. But me, as a viewer,
in the big leagues, but
she's there for a reason. But from my point of view, it's not something I want to see.
There's a reason why the big focus is on the other title. They tried to spice it up by having Naomi like fucking
cash in.
No, not cash in, but like threatened to cash in on Tiffany Stratton, and it's like I'm so glad they didn't do that. I would not want. Naomi's great. I like Tiffany Stratton. I wouldn't want to watch that. I just don't think it would have been great. it's so then going the other way and hey, look, let's just put another woman in the most crowded women's division, and we'll see what we go from there, because there's still Bianca Belair there too, unless I don't know. We will see. I like when divisions are like muddied. I like when it's like, okay, there's like 5 people realistically who can win this. I like that.
Yeah.
Especially like when like mid-card titles are like that. Like, I think there should always be a clusterfuck for the U.S. title. Oh, there should always be like 10 people. Like, I'm trying to get that.
Yeah, like there should always be at least 6 people who could conceivably be put into a main event scene, and then maybe a group of people who are constantly fighting for that that second level of belt that can be moved up into that that tier.
Unless the only reason why it should be 2 people all constantly vying for a title should be these 2 are just so good that there's genuinely no one else in this division that we can have like them face. And I'm not the biggest Rhea Ripley fan, but Io Sky and Rhea Ripley were kind of that, especially with Bianca like going for injury. It was like, pretty much the only way to not have it just be these 2, especially when one wrestler has never lost to the other wrestler. The only way to have made that division stay interesting would have been to add a wild card to the mix. And Naomi's entire thing right now is being the wildest wild card. She fucking posted on Twitter after winning the titles, hey, what website should I sell Io Sky's side place on? I thought, that's so good. Shouts out to the few wrestlers capable of using social media effectively.
It's Naomi, Asuka, and Samoa Joe, and that's about it.
I think Ricochet does it. He's such a cocksucker on social media. Such a cocksucker. Such a fucking hateful bastard.
No, that's Pac. That's Pac.
Huh?
The bastard is Pac.
Shut up. But every time I see a new Ricochet post, he's like talking shit towards someone that people like, and it's like he's such a fucking genius. It's like if you're going to be the flippy shit guy, you have to find a new way to make people hate you. The way to make people hate you is to constantly shit talk their faves on the internet. And boy, oh boy, is he good at that. I think Ricochet's up there. He fucking worked. Fuck. He worked an NXT wrestler into a shoot. Hardcore, buddy. That man made 4 posts calling him a old, bald, bitter person. And it's like, oh man, oh no, that's so embarrassing for you to get worked like that, buddy. It's like, I think you're great. You're an amazing wrestler. I hope you don't get wasted by WWE when you finally get called up, but unfortunately, WWE using a flippy black wrestler, tomorrow will be the day I see it for the first time. Honest to goodness, have they?
Not that I can remember.
It's like the closest was like Shelton Benjamin.
That was the first one I went to too, but it's like, would that even qualify?
The highest title he ever got. Did he get the heavyweight title before?
No.
No, the highest title he ever got was the U.S. title, huh? Mm-hmm. That's so... Dolph Ziggler won the heavyweight title, man.
Fucking, Jinder Mahal won the title.
Hard.
But we can't do it for Shelton. One half of the world's greatest tag team.
One half of the world's greatest tag team. The most... For genuinely a couple years there, the most athletic man in wrestling?
Yes.
And then he's like he can't jump as high as he used to, but god damn, he's strong. I guess since we started talking about Shelton Benjamin and how the WWE needs to go to hell, and him never even getting the big gold, it's like the Hurt Syndicate, right?
Yeah, they hurt people.
They hurt people, and they fake it. They fucking make it look good too.
Yeah, they do.
The discussion around them are around people who are like, yeah, they're great wrestlers, but they make everybody else look weak by like comparison. And it's like, it's Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin.
What do you expect?
They should make everybody look weak by comparison.
Yeah, like you have to put them in a three-way match for them to look beatable.
Yeah,
that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you want. That is a feature, not a bug.
It's like, okay, normally with like, okay, we put these two really, really good wrestlers together as a tag team. What's going to beat them? Overwhelming teamwork. FTR might be the only team, the only tag team left in AEW that can like remotely put up a challenge to them that seems believable.
Yeah.
Fucking Speedball Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight, great wrestlers. Unfortunately, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah. Like maybe if you give it another, like if you go through a program with FTR and FTR doesn't beat them, you then go to Takashita and who's he with? Kyle Fletcher, I think.
Kyle Fletcher.
I can see that.
Then it's like, I don't. Those two are so good as heels right now that it's like, I don't know which team would you turn face. I think really the only thing left to do is like, you kind of have to have them lose the FTR.
Well, let me pitch this. You don't necessarily need to turn either one of them face because people.
They just.
Well, hold on.
Oh yeah.
Let me put it this way, because people already kind of cheer Hurt Syndicate. They're heels and they boo when they're supposed to, but people enjoy seeing them. So you can still have them act fully heel against the healer team, especially because they have the Don Callis behind them.
Yeah.
And then, but they're still heels even after that feud or something. You know, you don't necessarily have to turn them face.
You know what's true? You can have two heels. I think it's much easier to have two heels in a feud than just have two faces in a feud, because it's like, if the whole thing just gets sparked by Don Callis and MVP talking shit to each other.
Oh shit! I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, if it's just fucking they walk by and Don Callis or MVP scuffs Don Callis' shoes, and Don Callis is like, "Hey, motherfucker, say excuse me," and then it's like fucking these two are facing Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, and you know what? I didn't think about it. They might be a team that's like, okay, if they beat them, I can believe it.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to do it right now. I want to give them a little bit more build towards it.
Yeah,
but you could see a vision there.
Mm-hmm. It's so easy. The way I just described it would absolutely be the way to 100%, do that.
100%, yep.
And speaking of Don Callis, Okada versus Omega 5. Thoughts?
Here's the weirdest goddamn thing. Like I said earlier, I was kind of tired almost the whole weekend. Like even during this, there was a couple matches that I had to kind of take a break for just because it was such a long show. It's amazing that you can have Okada versus Omega and it be almost a cool down match. I went back and watched it again before we recorded just to make sure that I had it. And it didn't live up to what they did before, obviously. I don't think it could at this point. It was still a good match, but between the two matches it was between, it's hard for me to call it anything but a cooldown match, even if it is a huge match in and of itself,
Yeah, I think the problem is one guy is coming back from diverticulitis. Yeah. And the other guy's 38. So it's like, expecting a top tier match is a little much, but yeah, I think as the match between Tony Storm and Sage Monet and the main event, is that where it was placed?
Yeah.
It's smart to place it there. It was very smart to place it because you're gonna be hot regardless because of the two names you're gonna be excited to see it, regardless of what happens. Afterwards, it's like that wasn't as good as it has been, but it still was a good match.
Yeah.
I think that talks about the level that they had matches at before, where it was like the fifth match between two broken men, effectively, is not as good as it's been before, but it's still really good.
Mm-hmm. It just like any match that Okada kind of has generally takes a long time to get started. Once it does, it's really engaging, really fun, really entertaining. You can tell, like you said, like we both kind of said, there's been steps lost, but it's still a good match.
Yeah, it was still good. I still liked it. But between the two matches it was between, yeah, it's definitely the worst of the three. Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné put on all timer.
Here's the
women's. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the funny thing about this one. When I first started off with the first couple minutes, it was really sloppy, or at least I thought it was really sloppy. By the end of it, it was a super great match. So
I think the sloppiness was the point.
Really, because I thought maybe they were just like there was just like a sudden bit of nerves or something, maybe because that's what it looked like. It didn't look like they were like falling out or something, but it looked like they weren't coordinating right. Maybe you're right, and it was a story thing, but
I think the sloppiness was a point to it, and then there's always a point. In both of their matches, both of these women are really good at doing this. I think, where by the end, they both, even if they actually are tired, they both give off the feeling of being dead, exhausted. That everything looks so much more realistic by the end of the match. Because they're doing things extra sloppy. They're not like flailing about, oh, I'm so tired, I can barely move on. So they're not doing shit like that. They actually seem like athletes at the end of a game. Like, barely hanging on, but I need to win. Everything feels sloppy and mishandled, and it's so fucking good. And both of them do it so well that it's like, by the last 3 minutes of that match were spectacular. Spectacular. It was a good match start to finish. It's just what happens when you put two good workers together. Women's wrestling is really, really on the up. Yeah. Because the women's Casino Royale match was it was kind of lunatic. It was kind of crazy. Shouts out to Will Nightingale and the pop that she got. She's been one of my favorites, mostly because it's like, holy shit.
It's hard to boo her.
A big woman wrestler who's actually strong as fuck? Holy hell. Why has no one done this before?
It's like Bayley, but with even more power.
Yeah. Everything she does it's like everything she does is so believable. Everything she does is so believable because it's like, yeah, someone with that build should be able to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
AEW, she's one to kind of go the extra mile too. Like a lot of times when they call on someone to like do something a little more hardcore or something like that, she's one that'll step up a lot.
Which is crazy because nothing about her seems like, yeah, I'm willing to do a little bleeding.
Yeah. But no, she just comes out and she in a very short time, if you start watching any Dynamite, or let me rephrase it, if you start watching from any Dynamite, like as a new fan or something, and if she's featured on those next couple of Dynamites, she'll convert you into a fan of at least her very quickly. I guarantee you, almost any stretch of time.
That fucking clusterfuck 5-man match that happened. God, what was the pay-per-view before All In?
Double or Nothing?
Yes, that clusterfuck match at Double or Nothing, the one where the music kept playing the entire time, and like Will Nightingale's there, and she's just doing shit with Maria, and I was like, yeah, this is sick.
Yeah,
this is cool. Shouts out to Maria. Since I'm giving shouts out to women, everything about her. When you just look at clips of like promos and shit, everything about her seems like, oh, she's a stoic, badass woman. But then, like, during matches, she's, like, constantly visibly distressed when Moxie's getting his ass kicked. Mm-hmm. And she's, like, always showing concern and, like, worry on her face and stuff like that. And it's like, that's so fucking cool.
It's so easy for someone like that to seem like window dressing and just kind of, like, stand there, maybe react a little bit. She was always involved. Like, she always felt like she was at least emotionally involved. And that was really that was really nice to see. It was one of the better spots of the whole Death Riders thing.
Her fucking face when she got handcuffed by Nana was so hilarious. Because it felt like she didn't know what was going to actually happen. It felt like they surprised her in real life with the handcuffs. She's an impressive actor that made me, like, I was like, why is she making that face for? And it's like, holy shit, she's handcuffed. And Nana pops out and it's like, huh, how did he do that?
Before we get to that, though, because I was going to say something there that would lead into the other thing, I do want to go back to the Toni Storm match just because, honestly, Toni Storm is my favorite wrestler right now. Out of anybody, male or female. And Mercedes Moné is someone who normally I would not say a polite word about. I'm going to put that aside for right now, obviously, because it takes two to tango. If you have a good match, you have a good match. You can't say one person had a great match, the other person had a shit match. You know, it is what it is.
If I had an agenda to push, I will.
Like I said, I'm trying to set it aside, man.
I 100% do not understand your agenda, but I will always support someone for pushing an agenda. Thank you for setting that aside for right now.
Yeah, like she, like I said, besides that first couple minutes of sloppiness at the start, the match was really good. It felt really good. I will say one thing too. Coming in, it was probably the match I was the most hyped for, and you could tell a lot of the crowd was too, just because like we had on Dynamite last week. They're having they opened the show talking, you know, with a promo with each other. Mercedes did one, like she said, "Oh, the pay-per-view's on Sunday." Saturday, and the crowd was on her like fly on shit. That's how you know someone is fucking hot. So all credit to getting that level of heat.
Her coming out with the cheerleaders and all the cheerleaders have all of the random belts that she have, so good. Yeah. Shouts out to her just collecting belts. I have always wanted a wrestler to just go, I want to just steal some belts and just go to random promotion and take belts. And she's doing it, man.
Yeah, the Ultimo Dragon shit. The Ultimo Dragon shit, yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, yeah, I want this belt. I'm going to go take it.
And that's what sucks, because for me, it's like, oh, I like when people do that. I don't like the person doing it, so I can't enjoy it. But that's a personal problem. But that being said, you know, again, trying to look at it a little more objectively, it is cool coming in with the 6 belts. You're going for the 7. It seems like 7 is always like a key number in these kinds of things. You know what I mean? So it being the 7th, like the crowning jewel, the 7th Dragon Ball, the 7th Chaos Emerald, the 7th Son of the 7th Son, that kind of thing. You're coming in here, and that's within your reach against. And Toni Storm brings it in as, this is the one that you can't win. I'm the one that you can't beat. And the cool thing of it is now, as of this moment, that's true. But you can easily see a build to a rematch where Mercedes might win at that time. It matters more that she didn't win it this first time, that it's going to be an actual battle for it if she does ever win it. That builds Toni Storm a lot, even though she necessarily doesn't need it. I feel like she still kind of needed it against Mercedes in this exact storyline. But now if we have another pay-per-view and Mercedes beats Toni, it's not going to hurt Toni at that point. But it might have at this point. So I think the way they're doing it is really nice. So even if she does get that crown, it'll have been that much more of a fight. And for people who enjoy Mercedes, that much more of a achievement when she does do it. So I think it's a really cool way they did it, even trying to not be biased.
I want to see Mercedes Moné just being like, well, I can't be Toni Storm. Hey, Athena! And just taking the RH belt away from Athena. That would be so funny. Now, Athena holds it for 3 years, and Mercedes Moné is like, I want that.
Well, you know what?
Just takes it from her.
Athena has the casino contract, so that'd be a perfect way to take it off.
Yeah, it's just like,
but
hey, Athena, you had this belt for 3 years.
Do you want to cheap out what they were coming into this amping as a potential huge win? do you want to cheap that out on a quote unquote lesser belt? Or do you think it maybe
you're talking about her 7th belt being the ROH belt?
Yeah, because they were trying to pound that a little bit. I feel
that is true.
Like maybe if she goes out and loses a different belt,
might be time for her to lose some belts, but it's like unfortunate. Here's another thing. Even with the recent WWE cuts, the indies are just still so derelict of talent because of the 2 major companies rating indies for talent and stuff now.
Yeah,
I guess one's doing it less and is doing some cuts, but
there's still going to be a talent rating.
Who got cut from WWE that could beat Mercedes Moné? I can't really think of any outside of Dakota Kai. I would like for her to start chipping away at the belt. Mostly, I just don't think Mercedes Moné needs all these belts anymore. I think the point has been made. We can start passing them back out.
Do you want to cut it off before she gets that big 7th win though? Or do you want to just say that she was never able to do it and that be the storyline going forward? Actually, hold on. Because I remembered something I thought of the other day. Imagine if she gets so laser focused on winning this title that it causes her to lose. And then
that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Where it's like, okay, she really wants that 7th title to be the AEW title. She really, really wants that. But she has 6 titles that now she has to start defending. So she can't just be preparing for Tony Storm. She has to be preparing for 6 other challengers. And it's like, I think that would be a very interesting storyline where she's like visibly ran ragged, like in like a couple months' time from like constantly having to step up against defenders.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, if the storylines going forward is Athena preying on Tony Storm and Tony Storm talking about like how much she wants to have her face between Athena's ass cheeks, if that's going to be the storyline going forward, then it's like, I feel like Mercedes Moné every single week. I mean, AEW only has one weekly show, right? Or
2.
Is it 2? It's 2?
Yeah, they have Dynamite on Wednesdays and Collision on whatever fucking day they feel like this week.
Yeah, that's just one thing about Collision. The reason why I forget about Collision is I can never remember if it's Friday or if it's Saturday or is it Thursday.
It's all the time, except for when it isn't.
True. It's on. The show knows when it's on, so you know when it isn't.
Yeah. Like if you change the channel to watch it, it turned itself off.
It becomes a hockey game. They're not even playing hockey anymore. It's just a hockey game.
Oh, another rerun.
It's like, wait, everything says Collision is on. People are posting clips of Collision. I'm on TNT and there's no Collision. What's going on here? And then you find out, oh no, they aired Collision at 2 a.m. That's why you don't see it on the TV schedule. It's like, what?
Yeah. Apparently, it was only on the HD feed. The SD feed just aired out.
Yeah, I think for every single show that AEW has, Mercedes Moné needs to be defending a title.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I need her like still winning, but just visibly tired.
Right. And then eventually one falls, and then another falls, and then
another falls, and she's still like, I still need to beat Tony Storm. And then eventually all the belts are gone, and she gets her shot. And
honestly, you had to win.
Contract doesn't work like Money in the Bank. You can't just go, all right, I'm coming in, I'm in the match now. You have to it has to be like a setup, right?
I don't know. They haven't announced the rules yet. Because I didn't know for sure. I didn't know for sure because last time when Christian did it, it worked like the Money in the Bank. But there was Tony Khan himself said, "Well, we haven't decided the rules yet."
Sick,
right? So as of right now, I assume it's Money in the Bank, but it might not be. Honestly, it's wrestling. It's whatever they need it to be.
Yeah, sure.
If they leave it as a money, because I mean, even Money in the Bank, it has been used to set up a standard match, like a one-on-one.
The rules say at any time. Apparently, that's so cool.
Okay, but I mean, even in the WWE where Money in the Bank started, it has been used to set up a future match, not just a sudden cash in.
Kirsten said anytime. All right. So okay.
If they wanted to use it that way, they could. But I think leaving it open as at any time and just using it however you need to is probably the better call.
I think her like losing all her titles and getting one more shot at Toni Storm, hitting her finisher, almost doing it, and then Athena runs out, cashes in, pins them both. Fuck it. And it walks out with both the ROH title and the fucking AEW Women's title. That'll be sick.
I can see that, yeah.
But also, it's like I think that'll be a very good reason for Mercedes Moné to finally take a break because she's been kind of working very hard over the last 4 years. And it's like, man, I need you to stop wrestling. You have to stop.
Here's the thing. Again, like I said, as a hater. I almost think that you can't have her end this without winning that title just for the what did it cost everything moment. You know what I mean? Like, she loses the title. True. She loses the title.
She has the title in her hand.
Yeah, it eventually...
Like, and she does the motion for her other belts, and it's like, oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like from a storyline perspective, I think that's the way to go. And they're going to go however they're going to go. But I feel like eventually Mercedes has to win this belt. Maybe not even necessarily off of Toni Storm. I would prefer it off of Toni Storm. But she has to win this belt at some point, almost soon after those belts are lost, if they go that way. Which I hate to admit, but that's the way that I think the storyline would almost have to go.
I think so. I would like to see... it. I think that's very interesting. It would also, I think, lead her winning and Athena not cashing in immediately. Her winning and just holding on to the belt while she's doggone dead tired would really help the AEW women's division because right now it's like, who's next for Toni Storm? If it's Athena, then it's Athena. I don't think it should be Athena right away.
They should never give an immediate title shot to the person who has the Money in the Bank because then has the Money in the Bank.
I would like if the next feud is Willow Nightingale versus Toni Storm.
Yeah,
but like everyone else would just kind of like everyone else plays off Toni Storm in her horniness as like annoyance or like playfully flirting back like Mercedes Moné did. But like I think Willow Nightingale will actually get in like they would film a porn in the ring if that happens. So it's like I don't know if you can do Toni Storm versus Willow Nightingale.
I mean, it's on pay-per-view.
Yeah, true.
Now here also I always thought this was the weirdest thing about Toni Storm. For as long as I've been alive, when you're looking at women's wrestling, even the ones who have the really big talent, you almost always notice them as hot women first, talented wrestlers second, right? Like in full admission, growing up as a young male. Toni Storm, I noticed was talented, and it took me a long time to realize just how attractive she was. So that's the level that we're at now with a lot of these wrestlers. Is like we're getting away from this time where even from that perspective, which is so ingrained in a lot of people, the look matters so much less now.
Yeah, it's definitely...
I mean, she has a look, don't get me wrong, but you don't notice the look as much as you notice the skill, the talent, the technical ability.
Right.
Which is insane to say.
Yeah, it's like, even though her character is horny actress from the 1930s, it's like, the horniness feels not like... What's the word?
It feels natural. It feels like it's part of her character. Like, it feels...
Yeah, it feels... It doesn't... Okay, Toni Storm does sexy and does horny, but it's not for the male glaze.
No,
gaze. It is 100% for her own amusement. It's like, I'm horny for me. Not for you, for me. I'm going to masturbate for myself. Not for you, for me. And it's like that. I think that's pretty cool.
It's wonderful. Like, every post-conference she has, and it's just like she'll rattle off this whole street, and it'll go from A to B to C to D, horny, not horny, horny, not horny. And it's just like, weaved in there so well that it's not, you can tell it's not there for titillation, it's there for A, character work, for B, for self-expression, which again makes it feel a lot more natural. And see, getting the realization that you're getting this kind of a character as a top star, like a main event star, not just a women's main event, a main event show-ending star on main TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Like if you think about it for a little too long.
Also, I think it's really cool that we basically talked 40 minutes about wrestling, and it's been mostly women's wrestling. And outside of like going Tiffany Stratton kind of isn't that great, it's like been all positive stuff.
Yeah, like here's
imagine let's do that. All right, cool. Imagine fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah,
imagine 10 years ago being able to talk 45 minutes about women's wrestling and saying majorly good stuff, and then saying like, yeah, I want to talk more about the women than I want to talk about the men.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Like honestly, the thing I do regret the most is missing Evolution, because I heard it was good, and as soon as I heard it was good, I'm like, it makes full sense for it to be good, because this set of people, not just as wrestlers, as people, you can tell they want this chance to show what they're made of, to show what what they got. They're going to go out there and burn the fucking house down.
Yeah,
and apparently they did.
Been given a dog shit build. The build for Evolution has been one of the worst I've ever seen.
That's what I heard.
And yeah, that's the main thing. The only good build matches have been Naomi versus Jade. That's just a continuation of a WrestleMania match, and Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley, which is also just a continuation of a WrestleMania match. Like the builds for those who have been good. Yeah, I wanna see. And then WWE's yesterday's Raw, the first hour and 30 minutes was dedicated to the women, and it's like that,
which is so cool.
That's so cool, and not a soul complained.
Okay,
not a soul complained.
Did you watch it?
I did. I watched
because from what
clips afterwards, but I didn't watch it live. I was busy. I don't know what I was doing yesterday. I was in a fucking. I got home from work. I was in a trance until like 9:30. I have no idea.
Well, what I was wondering was like if they were like, well, this first half an hour and a half is all women, or if it was just like a natural thing that they kind of.
No, I think it just happened.
That's awesome, because then it's feeding right from the pay-per-view into the next show, even from a. You take out the idea that it's a full women's show from a show-to-show standpoint. That's amazing continuity. That's what you. That's beautiful. Like from an outside perspective, at least.
Now, I think you can't do that in NXT because the NXT women are all so green. The only ones who had any in-ring experience pre-WWE are on Raw and SmackDown, respectively, and now you're left with the same really green women and Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace. Oh yeah, Blake Monroe, who had the Hollywood finish in AEW and then went to WWE. And fucking first, she fucking comes in and she's teamed up with Jordynne Grace for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks! And then she betrays her. And it's like, huh? We just 2 weeks? Okay, so alright, I guess so.
The thing about Mariah May, she was really good that whole time with Toni Storm. As soon as Toni Storm was out of the picture, nothing happened with her. And I don't know if that's the booking or if that's her. Because even I kind of fell off watching her. So I don't really have an opinion on her, besides what I saw, obviously, in that one feud. But when you're working the same person so much, it kind of skews it.
Yet in NXT, from what I remember.
But kind of where I wanted to go. I guess
this was done in a way to make Jordynne Grace face, which is fair, because I think the crowd really likes Jordynne Grace, and even though she's pretty much a natural heel because of her build and her mic skills, you kind of have to acknowledge the fact that, oh shit, the people really like Jordynne Grace, and we should probably just make her face.
Sometimes it's that
She's a
simple.
likable person.
Sometimes it's that simple.
It's sometimes that simple. Sometimes it's just that simple. Yeah, I don't get why. I don't know. Here's what I think, right? Because we got to wrap this up pretty soon.
Do we?
My thing is, it is so bizarre to me that people make wrestling booking out to seem to be so hard to do when it's like you get live reactions every week from the people. It's like I feel like you gauge those reactions and see what's legitimate, what's real. Is this going to be something that goes over well if we do this?
What people like, why people like it, you know?
Yeah, what people like, why people like. You can write stuff out for a couple weeks, but you should not have plans for even a month. Is a little pushing it. You got to react to the people.
Like so many people right now are like, you know what, this whole Death Riders thing, it actually wasn't that bad. Going through it, no, it actually was that bad. But now that you're on the other side of it, you can say anything you want to. Hindsight's going to be 2020, and they stuck the landing. That's kind of all that matters.
They stuck the landing, and it's crazy to say, yeah, I think being stubborn on the Death Riders was the right play.
Right.
I do believe that, yes, you have to react to the fans, but sometimes you got to stick to your guns. You got to go, no, you guys don't understand it. When you see the ending, when you see the way this finished, you're going to love it. You're going to love everything. You're going to look back and think, shit, they're fucking geniuses.
See, what sucks about this, though...
You gotta get to the end first.
What sucks about that, though, is that it always feeds the people who are just like, just trust the plan, bro. You know, just trust the plan. And they're always wrong except for when they're not. And the one time they're not, it fuels everyone.
And the one time they're not, they're going to hang it over everyone's head. It's like, bro, look, just trust the plan. Just trust it, all right? Look, it worked with the Death Riders, and it's like, you guys got 3 fucking years, okay? You got 3 years. Once those 3 years are up, you do not get to hit the trust the plan anymore. No. You 3 years. If the plan is bad in 2028, if the plan is bad, we don't get to say it worked for the Death Riders. No.
Like you don't get to say the Bloodline thing has been good because there was one time when it was good with Sami Zayn.
No, dude.
There's been like what 20 years of bad for 8 months of good.
It was so bad for so many years, and it's like still going. And it's like, sure,
yeah, they've gotten to an NWO point with it where there's like I'm almost expecting the Latino bloodline at some point, like the Hollywood bloodline.
It's not even like
Bloodline Black, because we already have Bloodline Solo and Bloodline Roman and Bloodline. I think there's a third one now, ain't there?
Nah. Well, Jacob Fatu isn't in the group anymore. That's the split there, and I don't know if you can group Jacob Fatu up with anyone. You just kind of have to let him do his thing solo from now on, which is also funny. I just thought about that. He's not with Solo anymore. Little Mao. But you just kind of Jacob Fatu is kind of guy where you just kind of have to have him be alone. I was also a big fan of Jacob Fatu, but then it's like, man, he just will not stop saying nigga.
Really?
He's not a nigga. You should not be saying that, brother. I just don't think you should. I just don't think Jacob Fatu. I don't care how many. Dude, people piss me the fuck off. We're like, oh, bro, he's a part of the street life for real. He's a felon. It's like, I don't think the prerequisites of being a nigga is having felony charges.
Yeah, that's a little like an incorrect criteria.
That's a little problematic, yeah. I think.
But see, that's the funny thing about wrestling, though, is that like even within a group like that, where you can tell it's kind of dog shit the whole time, there's still things that you like in it. Like both Usos are good, Solo Sikoa's I really like for whatever reason. But like I can't stand watching anything around him.
He's shockingly charismatic when he's allowed to not be a bloodline guy.
Like this last pay-per-view that they had, not the Saturday Night Main Event, but the last big one, he fought one of the other bloodliners.
Jacob Fatu. He beat Fatu.
Yeah. It was a fun match. Like, he had a lot of character moments in it and stuff.
Uso afterwards, it was like, yeah, 4 letters. Stop. He's actually hilarious. He's actually hilarious. And it's like I wish he came in to like the actual main card, not as a highly talented member of the Bloodline, but as if he was just Samoa Joe, but can crack a if he was just Zoomer Samoa Joe, if that's how he got onto the main card,
I could buy that.
Yeah, he could do Zoomer Samoa Joe.
So here's the thing.
Well.
What one thing that I absolutely hate that has not become a trope in wrestling is the comedy guy that can work, the Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Because I've been listening to like some a podcast do retro reviews. They do a couple Kurt Angle things, and they did that one segment where Kurt Angle and Stone Cold had the little cowboy hats and shit. Funniest shit in the world. And then immediately has a match that's the most badass shit in the world. The dude could shift between them, and that's something that I don't know if nobody else can do, or just they don't have anyone else to do, but that's been so fucking lost. That like, even when you have something like Okada where he's been a lot of comedy, it almost feels like because he's doing comedy, they have to shove him into comedy and not really let him be badass at all. Where'd the Kurt Angle go that can be both at once? You know, you don't have to do one or the other. It doesn't have to be on or off. It's you can be a complete package.
Mm-hmm. I would like for that to be not more common. I think it would get to a point if there was like 3 of those guys.
But it's something that's completely lost now.
Yeah, it's a lost art. I think Solo Sikoa, as shocking as it sounds, I think Solo Sikoa could be that guy if he wasn't doing the Bloodline thing. Yeah. If he wasn't like leading a group of Pacific Islanders, including 2 guys who do not talk, and JC Mateo. Shouts out to the people who are like, hell yeah, Jeff Cobb's in WWE. I'm so excited. And then posting Lucha Underground clips. And it's like, Obama was president then. I just want to let you guys know that. Obama, we hadn't even gotten to the first Trump presidency when that clip happened, brother. I just wanted to remind you.
That'd be like if I'm still out here posting Wrestling Society X shit for Human Tornado, even though he hasn't wrestled for like a decade and a half.
Right. It's like, hey, man, look, it's cool that you're excited for your guy. Can you post some of his New Japan stuff?
You can't even post some of his new stuff.
Wrestling, yeah?
So, did we want to talk about...
Any thoughts about the men's Casino Royale match?
I didn't have too much. I mean, it was a decent build. I hate the MJF is with the Hurt Syndicate. I don't mind the build.
I like him being with the Hurt Syndicate.
I feel like it took too long to get going, and I kind of was against it by the time it got started. It kind of put me against it. And I feel like it's just like the Hurt Syndicate doesn't need him. He might need the Hurt Syndicate, but I don't feel like he deserves that kind of... As much as I do kind of like MJF, I just don't feel like this is right for him. Yeah.
Every time I see the Hurt Syndicate, and it's MVP, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MJF, for some reason, he looks right there. And I think that's 100% why I'm okay with him being there.
Well, somebody else called him like this. Called him like the Owen Hart when he was in the Nation Domination kind of thing, so I can maybe see it from that angle, but...
I don't see it from that angle. I see it as okay, if your whole thought about the Hurt Syndicate is here's a group of really good black wrestlers, then yeah, I can see him being called the Owen Hart. But I think like if you're just talking about dudes who are really good, wrestle like they are really good, and do not give a shit about making the other people look strong if they think they're beneath it, MJF fits the Hurt Syndicate.
Well, see, I think what it is, trying to think about it a little bit more on the spot, they come in, Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley are strongmen. MJF is a chicken shit heel. Yeah, he's not a bad wrestler. He's got his strength. But putting the chicken shit wrestler with the bruisers, yeah, it makes sense for the chicken shit wrestler because he's trying to be chicken shit. But yeah, it's like it feels like a fish out of water. I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to in this way because it feels like they're going to continue this for a while. And if they're going to continue this for a while, then making it feel unnatural is kind of a bad thing. But maybe that's just me because it sounds like you disagree, which.
I only disagree on the basis of like he fits what they do.
See, I
And
kind of think they don't, but I'm willing to disagree on that because I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying. I disagree with your conclusion, I guess.
you know what? That's true. I I think that's cool. The cool thing about like opinions is like
Yeah.
we both have like our paths are the same, our destinations are different. He's like, that's sick. That's sick.
Yeah. And something that one person can like about a wrestler or a situation, another person will dislike that. You know.
Mm-hmm. I want to see. I just need to see MJF actually wrestle. Cause has he wrestled like outside of the men's Casino Royale match? Has he wrestled a match since joining the Hurt Syndicate?
I want to say a time or two, but
I want to see what that looks like, especially now that he won the. I think him winning is the right call.
Yeah, what I was going to say though is that I feel like the build up with it being between MJF and Mark Briscoe was really cool. It brought Mark Briscoe up a little bit, which is always nice to see. But MJF was really playing his part well. It was a lot of fun, and like you said, him winning was the right call. Even if I personally might have went with someone else. Looking at it again, step back, I think that's the right call, like you said.
Like, okay, because him winning, the combination of him winning, oh shit, dude, we even talk about fucking Swerve and Ospreay versus the Young Bucks, like at all. But like him winning and then Ospreay and Swerve winning, it threw like, what the fuck are they gonna do with the main titles? It made it look. That's 6 matches. Right. It made like the outcome look very foggy, and it's just the smartest thing to do. Because if like MJF won and then the Young Bucks won, it's like okay, it's very obvious.
No. The Swerve and Ospreay one.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah, no. I'm saying
you said oh.
Yeah, if MJF won and then the Young Bucks won, it would be very obvious that Hangman was going to win. If Mark Briscoe won and then Swerve and Ospreay won, it'll be very obvious that Jon Moxley is going to win. So I liked what they did there, where it was like, here's a heel, here's a face, and because of it, I don't know. I still looking back at it, kinda. I know the Young Bucks aren't that great anymore, but they can still put on a damn match. I kind of wanted them to beat Swerve and Ospreay. Nothing against either of those guys. Shouts out to Ospreay fucking making a cameo appearance and getting his fucking neck broke. That was cool. That was okay. I like the idea. I would have liked the idea of your two biggest stars just not being able to contend for the world title for an entire year. It's like, what do you do about that? Can you figure this out? And from a booking standpoint, it sounded so interesting to me.
They couldn't figure it out for Cody. Do you really want to run the risk of that again?
Look, I blame Cody for that. I blame Cody Rhodes.
I do too, but I don't want to risk Swerve on this thing, man.
I don't think he's going back, brother.
I don't either.
I think those bridges are burned. And for Ospreay to go to the other company, I'm sure there's a basic literacy test that he'll have to take that he wouldn't pass.
It's so funny with Ospreay because we watched with some other friends, and listening to people hate Ospreay for the same reason I like him is always so fun. He's a dumb motherfucker. And it like breaks the rules of wrestling, but sometimes you just like a guy like that, you know?
Yeah, he's so stupid, and it's like I don't think he's like outrageously stupid in comparison to other wrestlers. But it's just funnier to call him stupid than it is to call other wrestlers stupid.
Yeah, it's more of these daft than outright dumb.
Yeah.
But it's just easier to say stupid and kind of get the gist. And like you said, it is kind of fun just because... I mean, he even plays into it too, so it's not like it's disparaging him.
Yeah. It's like... Also, I saw on the AEW sites that Swerve and Ospreay are listed as EVPs now, and it's like... I didn't think that was what that match entailed.
It was, and then it wasn't, and then they changed it, and then now it's just... so apparently now it's just stripping them of the EVPs, and that's narrowed. But
Okay.
Again,
Gotcha.
see, that's the thing is like we come into the we come out of this and it's like actually we don't know a couple things, but you don't even realize that until things over, which is kind of crazy.
I think it's so sick because it's like, what's next for Adam Hangman Page? I don't know.
Yeah.
And nobody knows. And that's so fucking sick. Wrestling's cool when people don't know what's going on.
Right.
You want anything on that? Or you got any other thoughts?
We never actually talked about Hangman Adam Page in the match.
Holy shit. We talked about literally everything else that happened that weekend. And not like
the thing that we have on the screen.
What I think actually what I would refer to call that match is the what's the number of the last WrestleMania?
41.
So 40 was the one where there was 30 million run-ins, right?
The Cody and
Cody Roman.
Yeah,
that one. This match
was supposed to be.
Yes, thank you. Yes, after I saw it, I was like, this is what WWE wanted that match to be. They're just too fucking stupid to be able to pull it off. AEW pulled it off flawlessly. It was run-in after run-in after run-in by active wrestlers who could wrestle.
So,
and it was like, how?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. What did you say?
So, in the middle of the match, they showed the Darby video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm coming down to take everything from you. And then they have Daniel Bryan run in. They don't have Darby come in immediately. They have Daniel Bryan come in.
Yeah, as the Blue Dragon?
Blue Panther or something like that.
Blue Panther, yeah, Blue Panther.
Which, that's cool because it's already, you're expecting one thing. Now you get this bonus thing. But then it takes a little bit of time for Darby to show up, kind of pantomiming like he's coming down from Mount Everest in time.
He fucking comes from the rafters. And then people are posting like, wait, that's what I saw up there the entire night? I was like, huh? I was posting pictures of him just chilling during Omega Okada. Like, oh, all right.
And it's funny because I was watching a playback clip of it, and you can see him start coming down early. The crowd doesn't see him, and then he gets low enough for the crowd to start seeing him, and you start hearing people like, oh shit, and you hear it grow into like people actually seeing him.
Mm-hmm,
but what I was going to say is that as he was lowering, I thought back to Street Clothes Undertaker at the end of that match. And then that's when I had that thought of, yeah, this is what that match was supposed to be. And this is what it looks like when it's done right.
Yeah.
Because, we have this spectacle. We have this other spectacle that spills on that spectacle. We have this opposing spectacle that's defeated by this spectacle. And then we finally have the moment that, honestly, I've been waiting for since the moment Hangman won the first contendership. Was what is Swerve going to do when he comes out? And the thing is, they had a little bearing of the hatchet on Collision that I didn't see, I didn't know about. So for me, it was even more suspenseful because I didn't see that additional story beat. But apparently they talked it out. They're like, we're going to let bygones be bygones. And Swerve's like, yeah, I agree to that. That still leaves that thing of, is he going to go back on his word or not? But without that, you have even more of that. Is he going to do the right thing? What even is the right thing?
Unlike the idea of Hangman being like, I shouldn't have burned down your family home. And then Swerve also being like, I am also a little at fault here.
I should have invaded your home.
I should have done what I've done to force your hand. But
yeah. And they even outright say, I still don't like you, but I can,
Yes. But I understand that you winning kind of has to happen. And like, yeah, true.
Yeah, this is bigger than us. And what's between us isn't over. But for right now, this is the, where we're at.
Mm-hmm. And now, I hope the next program they do isn't Hangman versus Swerve.
Yeah, no.
I fucking really hope not. I like that I don't really have a good idea of what they do next. I feel like maybe Swerve. I mean, Ospreay is very clearly taking a break.
Yep.
He got his fucking neck broken.
So was Samoa Joe, unfortunately.
Quote. Yep, and Samoa Joe is also going to be going on break. Shouts out to the fucking fake EMT workers who I think it felt like they were supposed to be taking it slow, and then also found out, holy shit, they didn't teach us how to use this. We don't know what to do, and it took them 20 minutes to get Ospreay out of there. Shouts out to you guys for doing your best. You know,
I mean, at least Ospreay got a neck brace.
At least he got a neck. They didn't do that to Samoa Joe.
Nope.
I saw a fucking video and I was like, wait, they didn't fucking do that to Samoa Joe. Why?
But
what the fuck?
I mean, for what the match was, even without all the run-ins, it was a really cool match. These two really went, like, from the start, they were going, like, I was, like I said, I had to go make some coffee, and my coffee machine broke, so I had to make the long way during the last match, because I was, like I said, I was so...
Make it the long way?
Yeah.
I had to make coffee the long way. Do you think about the words you say before they come out your mouth?
No,
you don't think about how fucking silly that sounds?
How does it sound silly?
I had to make coffee the long way?
Yeah, I couldn't go put it in the machine and have it make. I had to make it, I had to be, like, actively make it.
Okay, yeah, true. You're right.
But that means I missed the first couple of minutes of this match. And but 4 minutes in, they're already gushing blood. I feel like I missed 20 minutes.
Yeah, they were bleeding fast.
But that's what Moxley does. That's what Hangman does.
Yeah, Hangman pulled out a fork. It was like, I'm stabbing you in the head now. He stabbed the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to. I think the next pay-per-view for AEW is Forbidden Door, right?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Man, Forbidden Door after All In it's just lunatic shit. Whew. I have no idea what they're gonna do. God, I have no idea what they're gonna do. I'm guessing Zack Sabre Jr. is gonna show up. I can't think of any other wrestlers that's like, yeah, we pretty fucking big if they're here.
It almost feels like the Forbidden Door is losing its luster a little bit, not necessarily because of the event itself, but because like a lot of the wrestlers that you would want to see come over are just coming over.
Yeah, they're just kind of already wrestling each other.
Yeah.
And then also at the same time, the other companies who they're not working with currently are working with the other company, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Now, I will say the one thing, it's really interesting to see how that AAA getting bought by WWE had that knock-on effect of AEW immediately trying to strengthen their stuff for CMLL. That was really kind of cool to see, because that's going to be its own little thing at some point probably. And
I think really a big problem is, like, with Forbidden Door is like, okay, do you go with someone who's kind of really well known to be in these matches? You kind of run the risk of another Stephanie Vakir situation, where it's like, okay, she wrestled on our show, we're gonna get her, and then fucking WWE snaps her from you, like, for cheaper, because she wants to go to WWE more. And it's like, okay, do you platform these people and then run the risk of the other company going, no, we want them. Actually, we see what's going on here. We want them.
How has she done on the other roster?
She just won a Battle Royale. She's been consistently good and very pushed, and she just won a Battle Royale, which I don't know what that means for her,
on NXT,
but it does mean that she beat like a lot of women.
She's on NXT too, right?
No, she's on the main card now. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, her and Julia both did maybe 4 months of NXT before it was quickly figured out that they don't belong.
Okay, yeah. I can perfectly believe that.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure Jordynne Grace is probably next, but also if you move up Jordynne Grace, you have 0 women with former experience in wrestling on NXT.
Right.
So she's probably going to be there for a little bit longer.
What I was curious about is, because of how they do it, what might be worth it if they do want to take that risk, even if, because, let me put it this way. If you give someone a platform, they go over to the other company, if that happens enough times, yeah, it does make your company look a little bad. But it all depends, too, on what happens over there. So if her career over there is going good, maybe they don't want to risk it. But if they were going back over there and they were already being Andrade, they were already being Aleister Black, they were already being, I guess they're actually trying to Rusev now, from what I hear. But eventually they're going to fuck him up again because everyone fucks up with Rusev. I don't know why. But
we don't understand why Rusev keeps getting fucked over. It just keeps happening to him.
Yeah, that's actually one thing that a random thought I had the other day. The reason that wrestling, up until like this weekend, felt a little less fun than it did back in the first Monday Night War, is because we went from arguing who would win, Goldberg or Stone Cold, to man, who's gonna fuck up Aleister Black more?
I would
now it looks like they're actually starting to give a shit. So
yeah, I would love to see if the Forbidden Door actually had, if AEW and WWE could sit that shit aside for one night, give me, or 2 nights even, one on AEW, one on WWE, for 2 nights, just sit that shit aside, and let's get some dream matches out of the fucking way, and then we just return to business like normal. We can just treat it like a fucking portal open, and here's these guys, and they all wrestled each other, and then the portal opened again, and everyone left, and it's like,
total
none of that's canon, none of that actually happened, we're just gonna move on with our life.
Like I know you said you already don't like her, but I would love that just for something like a Toni Storm versus a Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, no, I think if it's not that I don't like Rhea Ripley, it's just I don't think she's wrestled anyone who can really fit her style that well, outside of the one person who she keeps fucking losing to. So it would be nice to see her versus Toni Storm, or her versus, I'm gonna be for real, the real dream matchup is Willow Nightingale versus Rhea Ripley. Let's be for real here.
Ooh, actually.
Let's be fucking, let's all be serious. Let's be adults. That's the dream matchup there.
Okay, and on the other side for the men, what would be...
I have nothing. Maybe
MJF and Dominic Mysterio.
Oh my fucking god. You are so true and real. Let me get a fucking Powerhouse Hobbs and Hook versus the New Day.
Ooh, yes.
Actually, no. Powerhouse Hobbs and Hook versus
well, actually, go ahead.
Not Street Profits. I was thinking Street Profits, not Street. Probably Fraxum. I think that would be very sick.
I don't.
2 Flippy Boys versus literal Powerhouse Hobbs. Oh my god.
Well, what if you have because he's the ops is who's it? Who's the Japanese wrestler?
Ooh, I got nothing here.
It's right on tip. But him and Powerhouse Hobbs against the New Day. Yeah, Shibata.
Oh yeah, Shibata.
So instead of having Hook, you have Shibata, and because like Shibata and Xavier Woods would match up well, and but fuck, you ain't got Big E there no more.
You don't have Big E anymore. That's the thing. Oh my god.
Oh,
dude.
hold on.
The New Days competing against the Ops for like a trios match would be so fucking sick.
Hold on. Hobbs, Breaker.
Yes. I don't know why I was thinking it needed to be a tag match. Yes. Hobbs versus Breaker. Oh my god. Or Hobbs Shibata versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
I don't like Bronson Reed, but I would take it.
I don't like Bronson Reed either, but it's like, fuck it, man. We got just they're meat, right?
Yeah, make me mess up meat.
That's the one match where it's like, if this shit happens and they break the ring, fuck it, man. Go for it. Hit that spot, baby.
Okay, let me float this. I know R-Truth is already Ron Killing, so he's kind of gotten away from the R-Truth stuff. But R-Truth as R-Truth versus Mark Briscoe.
Honestly, Ron Killings versus Mark Briscoe sounds like a damn good match.
It'd be a good match either way, but like the promo beforehand, imagine those two working off each other when they're goofy as shit.
Yeah.
But then like they'd have a killer match either way.
Carmelo Hayes versus Cal Fletcher. Yeah, Carmelo Hayes versus Cal Fletcher. That would be a good one. Dude, the concept of Forbidden Door being the two top two top fucking companies going for one weekend. We're allowing this shit to happen, and then you gotta wait until next year. We're just gonna move forward, and nothing happened here. Especially if it happens and nobody talks about it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of the way they've always like tried to pitch a pro wrestling way, the way a pro wrestling thing would work in the Olympics, where two people from the same country would go on, put on a match, and then it would be rated by, like kind of like a figure skating or something, or gymnastics. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of like that, where it doesn't have to be a canon thing, it doesn't have to be a storyline. It's just, okay, we want to see these two people have a match. Let's let that happen. And you could say a little bit that it might hurt later storylines where it's like, okay, well, now we can't bring this person in and have them face this roster. But if you do this in a non-storyline, in a non-canon way, yeah, you're getting to see the match ahead of time, but they're not going to be the same people by the time they switch over, if they ever do, you know? Mm-hmm. So I don't think it hurts anything in the future, but it's money that they're not getting, so they won't ever do it. And Tony Khan does like to play up the anti-WWE stuff every once in a while, to a degree that I don't think really...
He said, we're Pepsi, and they're Harvey Weinstein. And it's like, you can't say that.
You can't walk that back. You can't walk that back easy enough to get into...
He said that on ESPN, brother. Yeah. He's wearing a fucking neck brace because he got slammed in his neck by the Young Bucks. And he's like, we're Pepsi, and they're Harvey Weinstein. Like, oh my god!
Maybe you should have been wearing a brain brace.
Yeah. Fucking the two choices in life: drink a Pepsi or diddle a child. Do we have any closing thoughts, man?
I don't think we have any thoughts left.
I don't want to fucking in the fucking podcast with drink a Pepsi or diddle a child. Please give me a closing thought. Vaughn, do you have anything? I beg of you, save this. I fucked up. You can't end the podcast like this.
You went through the wrong forbidden door.
Oh my god, yeah. I opened the door and it's like, holy shit, I'm in Israel. Oh my god. I shouldn't have said that either. Holy shit. Okay, wrestling. I think wrestling's cool. I think for the first time, stop fucking laughing, you original.
Dude, you're saying.
Shut up! I'm gonna be heartfelt. I'm gonna be for real. I'm gonna stop laughing. No jokes. For the first time in perhaps 2 to 3 years, I watched a wrestling show, and my main takeaway from it was, God, wrestling is so fucking cool. Because I'm a theater kid. I don't seem like it a lot because I was also a power lifter in school. But I was a theater kid as well. I loved that. I love the aspect, because wrestling combines two of my big interests: athletic feats and feats of speakery. I don't fucking know. Charisma. Yeah, charisma. Athleticism and charisma are just like two things that I really like. And wrestling combines that in such a way that nothing else does. You're not required to give your thoughts, to speak about things when you play basketball. You're not required to literally jump through hoops when you're a stage performer. But as a wrestler, you have to do both those things well. And if you can't do both things well, sometimes you get your relegated to a smaller role, or you're forced to have to team up with somebody. But yeah,
it's something that really has to be said. It's live theater because it's live performance. Mm-hmm. You don't get a do-over like a movie does. If you go and you watch a movie, you get that perfect performance. You know, if you go and you watch a sport, you get all the natural errors and stuff of that sport, but that's that's a legitimate competition. That's a full-on sport, you know. Wrestling's right here in that middle where they have to do all the moves they would do in a legit sport in a live performance, just like theater.
Mm-hmm.
And the intersection of the two, for I guess for someone like me, it's just it's catnip. It's irresistible.
Yeah.
So yeah, wrestling rules.
Yeah. For the first time, my main thought after watching the wrestling show wasn't wrestling sucks, and I haven't watched much AEW. I will check out the weekly shows because there ain't shit else to do on a Wednesday night. But man, I should have been tapped in a long time ago. I fucked up. That's my fault.
I mean,
I was just so burnt out from wrestling because dog shit WWE that I didn't want to watch AEW.
I mean, it's been through its ups and downs too, so it's not entirely.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I've seen some of the bad ones.
But like, if you watch wrestling, you're gonna have a good time. I'll make fun of you if you're watching nothing but WWE. But at the end of the day, I do think that even that kind of thing, like they started doing, because I get Sirius XM, it's like $3 a month. I got a special deal, so I just listen to it while I'm driving around or whatever. They put on a wrestling only channel. It's just like the wrestling stuff from like Bully Ray and Tommy Dreamer stuff. I threw it on just for fun, and like one of the things that I heard was they had a call in. They had a kid call in. You could tell it was like 13 or 14. And just like, man, I was at the show and Roman Reigns came back and Jey Uso came back and everyone's chanting, holy shit, holy. And you hear a 14-year-old yelling, holy shit on the radio. It's hilarious as hell. But then, you know, even that, you're just like, I can't watch that and be entertained. But that kid is having the time of his fucking life. That's fucking cool, you know? So it doesn't matter that necessarily that I can't be entertained by this. The fact that it's there for people to be entertained by is cool. Mm-hmm. And the more options are better, the better, you know?
Oh yeah, another thing. Fuck WWE.
Yeah.
For their ticket pricing thing. Because I think a part of the reason why Evolution was such a good show, because it was one of the cheapest shows that WWE has done over the last year. And it turns out the good fans are broke.
Mm-hmm.
It turns out poor people are the best fans you can ask for. That's kind of, oh boy, it's going to start a different discussion. It turns out that when you make stuff for the poorest people within the city, that you're going to get the people most willing to get invested into something. Certain NBA teams are currently like having to deal with this. Like the Warrior fans, that's not the same fan base that they had when they was winning championships. That's because they price all those motherfuckers out. It's different. It's just different. You don't have the same kind of fans when you're pricing people out. It's like you might be making more money overall because, like, okay, yeah, when we were charging $30 for seats, we was getting 100 people showing up. But like, if we can get 85 people to show up and we're charging $85 for a seat, we're making more money that way. But you're getting people who are too rich to care, man. They don't give a shit, dog.
You mentioned this. I didn't realize how bad it had gotten. Because I didn't want to bring this up because it's a kind of off topic. But I have tickets to the next Dynamite. I've had it for a little while. You know, getting ready to go and see it live. I got pretty good seats, like hard cam, third row back, $108. I went to look up.
That's pretty good.
Look up Raw tickets just to see, because I used to go to anytime they would come around, it'd be like once a year, maybe once every 2 years. We would go. We would be way back in the nosebleeds, but it was like $40 a ticket. Mm-hmm. I look, and just by coincidence, the next Raw is going to be in Detroit, so it's almost a direct comparison. Those $40 tickets are now $90. A couple rows ahead, section 212, row 7.
In the nosebleeds?
Yeah. This is row 7, section 212. Where the Pistons play, where the Red Wings play.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we move up a couple rows. They're already reaching $200. We're not even out of section 200. We're still not out of the top bowls. We get down to not even hard cam. 4 seats. There's ones up here for those got to be resales because this one's for $800. I don't believe that, but $251.
Oh,
$250 for a
Lord.
not even on camera seat that you probably can't even see from because you're on the floor.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
It's insane. I did not realize it had gotten that bad because one of the best things was going. We don't have a whole lot of money and we're an hour and a half out from Detroit, but we can make that trip every once a year, have a good time, and be rowdy and shit.
Right. Poor people are more willing to get rowdy.
Yeah.
Fucking motherfuckers going to like WWE show nowadays are like they're just there. They don't fucking listen to the people. They're not paying attention to the matches. They just want to say what? Fuck you guys.
Yeah, or maybe
fuck WWE fans.
Or maybe like hold up a sign just to make themselves the center of attention. Like there's people like a good sign is always fun.
I do think AEW fans are much worse than that. I will say that.
They can be, but I feel like there's a wider selection. There's a lot of them, but there's a lot more of the good ones too. But that kind of also is one of the more I guess your mileage may vary things. Because I've always enjoyed a good sign. One of the things I miss from like anytime I watch old Raw clips from like '97 to 2000, so everyone in the crowd has a sign. It's not necessarily the signs themselves, but just seeing everyone that engaged with the product. Like the entire crowd jump to their feet, hold their sign up, and it's just a sea of cardboard. Yeah, it probably sucked to be in a sense, but like it's so cool visually because you see everybody there engaged with what's going on, giving their opinion on the product, and it creates this collusion that is something that I don't think is kind of around as much anymore. But I think that's also because it's not as much around anymore in society itself. But that's going back to something we don't need to go back to. I guess, did you have any final thoughts? I think we had like 2 sets of final thoughts now.
Fuck people who think pricing out poor people is going to do good for you. Poor people still deserve to have entertainment that doesn't involve them sitting in front of a TV.
Actually, that reminded me. I did want to point out one thing. What is always, when you talk about old 70s wrestling, what is always the one thing that people like to bring up? They like to bring up the granny attacking the heel on the way out with a shoe or some shit.
Yeah, because she's real invested into it.
You don't get that with the high and tights. You get that with the people.
With the people. The wrestling should be about the fucking people. Mm-hmm. And AEW fucking gets that. That they get that the people are who fucking matter. We shouldn't be chasing the money. We should be chasing the people. The money will come because the people are willing to spend the money. It's insane. It's insane. It's crazy. Fucking the Falcons. When I tell it's one of the blackest cities in America. The only city in America with an actual black middle class. Black people are even when they have money, black people are notoriously very stingy on things. Like, a lot of people go, well, black people spend money on cars and jewelry and stuff. Stop being fucking dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when my family were at the peak of, like, having money, we still didn't really do a lot because, like, oh, well, that's going to cost so much money. So, like, we didn't do too much stuff. Even when we had it, we still didn't do stuff. Black people will go to events and stuff, and if they see like a fucking $6 hot dog, they'll just go, I'm not buying food here. What the fuck? Yeah. I'll just eat before I go. But if you go and you see a fucking $3 hot dog, and it's like, I'm a little more willing to open my wallet. Not pricing people out is the smartest way to get people to spend money. You're gonna make more money. Yes, you can think, well, okay, if I get 20 people to buy the $6 hot dogs, it's just as valuable as if I get, oh my god, why did I make this math so hard for myself? This isn't hard math. What the fuck? I just swapped the numbers. It's like if you get 40 people to buy the $3 hot dogs. But if you get 120 people to buy the $3 hot dogs, you're making more money.
Now that you're pointing this out, I almost wonder if we're going to hit this positioning where like WWE tries to point itself as a more high-end product and WWE does kind of absorb, or AEW does kind of absorb more of that down to earth kind of aesthetic, because it feels like that could be something that happens.
Eventually, where it's gonna go, because that's what happened to UFC. UFC went from like the just bleed, yeah, fucking. It's still for the bro dudes, but they're smart enough to realize the bro dudes are making big money now, and it's like, well, I keep chasing those people.
It's for the bro dudes and frats, not for the people like the people in their trailers smoking marijuana that really believe in stevia.
Yeah, yes, the people who the backs of like early UFC. If UFC doesn't exist for poor people in their trailers smoking marijuana. But because the people who always went to shows were the frat boys, and the loudest people to talk about were the frat boys, that's who they started chasing, and that's why every UFC show Donald Trump shows up, and they're like, "Please clap." They're gonna have a fucking show at the White House. I hate America.
That's fucking like it's sad, but it's hilarious if you can ignore.
I hate America.
Do you remember the poster for the old WB Capitol Clash, the pay per view they held at the Capitol when Obama was president?
No, I don't remember that.
Let me start to look it up real quick.
Okay.
Oh, it's Capital Punishment. Image. So yeah, it's always been a fun little thing crossing over.
Holy shit, that's amazing. That's pretty spectacular. All right, okay, for real, final thoughts. For real.
Wrestling cool. Fuck WB.
Wrestling cool. Fuck people trying to price other people out.
Yeah,
that's it.
Don't gerrymander wrestling.
Don't gerrymander wrestling. Stop gerrymandering everything else. Fucking poor people deserve to have entertainment too.
Also, fuck CM Punk.